Corpus Christi Police, meantime, in the Night Beat tonight, investigating an aggravated robbery that took place at Shoreline Pharmacy earlier tonight, around 5:30 p.m. In fact, police were called out to that pharmacy on Sante Fe Street for reports of a robbery. Police say the two suspects wearing masks came into the store and showed a handgun to the owner. The two men hogtied the owner and got away with an undisclosed amount of money and narcotics from the pharmacy. Authorities are looking for the men who escaped on foot. If you have any information, you're asked to contact the Corpus Christi Police Department.